welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Now, if there's a city that knows the proper way to smash a guitar, yeah, it is this city of rock and roll. And in the footsteps of Hendrix, Cobain, and so many others, another one has been shattered to pieces before kickoff here at Huntington Bank Field in Cleveland. As the work week kicks off tonight, another week of football comes to an end with a Monday night primetime contest between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. On the Bengals sideline, that's head coach Zach Taylor. His side hoping that one blowout last week will lead to another one here. Along the opposite sideline, that's the head coach of the Browns. His guys no doubt happy to be back home after they took the loss on the road last week. Kate Scott alongside my partner Brock Heward, Cairo Santos to get this one started. And the NFL on EA Sports is underway once again. So here come the Bengals, ready for their opening drive. They're led out by the legend over in LSU, the former #1 overall pick in 2020, Joe Burrow.
If there's such thing as perfection in the NFL for a quarterback, well, he pretty much achieved it last week. QB rating through the roof. No mistakes, 6 touchdowns. Just a phenomenal day. Hard to replicate, but the consistency and the confidence that you come out of that should endure.
Find space for a few yards that time. Big Mason Graham engulfing that play. After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
Gun. Cut. 180. Cut.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Connects on the crosser. And he is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
On one, right?
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10.
Close. Here we go.
Straight ahead, it's Brown. Breaks the tackle, he's got space ahead. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You want to drain some of the excitement, some of the noise from a home stadium? It's exactly how you do it when you go on the road. Run it right down their throat from the jump.
Here we go. 180.
Burrow on 1st down. Jukes away from one. The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Bengals have a 1st down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Escapes a defender. And he drives this forward to the 6.
Dude, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions. Well, that wasn't a pass, it was a scramble. But the Nets the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
On one, ready?
Offense to line, this is 2nd and 4.
Get set.
And he could have a free play here. Escapes the pocket. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play.
Offside. Defense.
Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him.
Still 2nd down.
So that offensive miscue makes it just a yard to go now on 2nd.
Here we go. Can. 11 MT Kate. 11 MT Kate.
Burrow. On the move, headed right. Stays upright. He will score. It's a Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Joe Burrow with the touchdown.
Kate, we know you could do it in different ways in today's NFL at quarterback. Some with their brains and their processing, that anticipation and accuracy. Some could do it with their improv skills to create a play when everything breaks down, and he just put on a show.
Evan McPherson on to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bengals will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Browns nothing. McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Not liking what it looked like ahead of him there, Brock. So he's going to take a knee, and this is going to come out to the 35-yard line. So here are the Browns now, headed out for their first drive. They're led out by the Colorado and Jackson State products. It's Shedeur Sanders.
There were times, I'll be honest with you, Kate, that I wish I played baseball. Because you have a bad outing, like this QB did last week with no touchdowns, a couple interceptions. In baseball, you get to play the next day. You get to flush it right away. He's had to sit on it all week long, and you know he wants to rectify it here.
No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 35-yard line.
Play action, Sanders. Jerry Jeudy with the grab. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
And this is going to go in the wrong direction. He loses just about the amount of yards they needed to get there. It's going to be 4th down. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
He'll take it from the 1. And he gets him what he can, but still pretty deep in their own territory starting out. The Bengals all set to go for their 2nd drive. And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Up a touchdown early and with the home crowd a little quieter than normal.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kate. I think most quarterbacks, competitors love playing on the road when they do just this. Just quiet them, right? Turn them against their own team. They were quiet after that opening touchdown. You score another one, they're going to start to murmur, and we might even hear a few boo birds.
11 MT tank. 11 MT tank.
1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity for the offense and a sigh of relief for the defense. Now you got to adjust a little bit, get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
Buys time, rolling right. That throw finds Jamar Chase. And he's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. It's a 29-yard gain and a fresh set of downs for Cincinnati.
That's just so good. I mean, that is teaching tape right there. It's what you want your guys to do. To not just catch it and fall down, but have a plan. Yes, you got to catch it first, but then have a plan to go attack. Be aggressive. Get those yards after catch. That is a job well done.
On 1, ready?
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Brown on the inside give. And he gets through for a 7-yard gain. A tackle made at the 47.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Burrow to the air now. Taken in by Norfant. He makes it in for the Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olson would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
Extra point added on by McPherson. And the Bengals drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Starting from the 5. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Onto the field comes the Browns offense for the second time. And this is an interesting game for both they and their rivals across from them, Brock, getting a key division matchup so early in this season.
Let's go. Gravity Lions.
Sanders going to throw here on first. Catch made left side by Judy. And he'll get it up to the 27. We're going to look here at the receiving numbers for him from last week.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
5 still to go here. This is second down.
Get it. Cougar.
Operating from the gun. Here's Sanders. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
Incomplete. Brings up
Let's go
3rd
now.
and 5.
Out of the gun, here's Sanders. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
An early deficit means you lose the runway to slowly get your offense up to speed. This offense got to get going. That incompletion won't help.
Ethan Evans back out there. They're going to punt it away again. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. It's fielded at the 14. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. The Bengals and Joe Burrow all set to take over. And last drive, he reached one of those numbers that everyone looks at as a benchmark after the season ends, Brock. Quite the year that he's put together finding the end zone. Cincinnati into formation. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Right, 80. Stop.
Play action now. Burrow. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go and let that pass rush get home.
Stop. Stop. Right, 80. 12, 12, 12. Stop.
Burrow back to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. This is a tough spot to punt. Got to convert here on 3rd down.
Here we go. Can.
3rd and long for him here. It's in or no, they dropped another one. Picks dropped on back-to-back plays, Brock. It does force a 4th down.
Okay, you know I talk to you all the time about these money downs and 3rd downs and the plan you got to have. It's kind of like a manufacturing plant. You've got to manufacture open looks, and that time, the plant was closed.
And he gets it away from his end zone. And he makes the fair catch inside the 45. The Cleveland offense back out, getting set for the drive. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
You know, it's like they've written a few lyrics.
Trouble brewing, and the Bengals bring him down. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Following the sack needs some positive yards here. It is 2nd down and 18. Working out of the gun, Sanders. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage. Set him up now with 3rd down.
First sack, wobbled the cart. This one, I think, sent it off the rails entirely. Taking the L on each of the first 2 plays leaves this offense looking at a very unlikely 3rd down pickup.
3rd
and long here for Sanders. Oh, Brown has him knocked out. Now the Bengals have it. He's out in the clear. Not much added after the recovery partner, so that is where they'll take possession from the fumble.
You know what separates good defenses from great? Good defenses find a way to get off the field. Great defenses find a way to take the ball away. What a great play to set their offense up with some mojo.
Bengals getting set, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10.
Here we go. Cut. Right 80. 11. Cut.
They're going to throw now, following the turnover. Chased out to his right. He's going to keep it this time.
We're good.
Trying to work quickly now.
The stop made by Myles Garrett. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
11.
At the Browns' 27-yard line.
Cut.
Burrow out of the shotgun. Has it down close. He will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Hey, we're good.
Offense working quickly.
Cut.
Working inside the red zone. Thinking touchdown here, but they cannot connect. So that's going to send them back to the line for 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
Let's get set. Cut.
Brown. And he's in for the touchdown. The Bengals take a 20-zip lead. McPherson to add the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Bengals push their lead to 21-zip already.
Browns nothing. Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Cleveland's offense all set to take over. And Brock, these guys are still searching. They are still searching for their first points, but beyond that, they don't even have a first down yet.
Not even one?
No, they're still searching. I know. Here's Judkins to begin the drive. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4. They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6.
Come on.
It's now 2nd and 6. At the 30.
Sanders going to look to throw. Dialing up a receiver screen. and just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
You'll hear defensive coaches all the time really ask their players to pull the trigger. Read, react, diagnose, and when you see it, go fire away. And that's exactly what the defense does to take away that screen.
Sanders now on third down. Clock Lions running back Judkins. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10. With Sanders out of the pistol. Has him on the quick hitter. And this is taken ahead to the 42. That was Geno Stone up there to make that play. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
Ready?
2nd and 6.
They are throwing it again. Bengals get to him and take him down. It'll be 3rd down coming up after this defense's 3rd sack of the game.
Okay, it's pretty clear, isn't it? It's this constant pressure that this defense has imposed on this offense to keep them out of rhythm and build up this lead. This offense is not going to author a comeback if this quarterback continues to run for his life.
Throw here, 3rd down. He's in trouble and gets brought down again. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
Hey, look, beyond having to pick yourself off the ground over and over again, all of these sacks in this first quarter have led to so much disruption. Kate, what do offenses look for, especially early? Get myself into rhythm. Get myself into a tempo. What do defenses want to do? Wreck all of that, and that's exactly what this defense is doing.
Keeps another one. Coach Zach Taylor getting his Bengals out there for their next drive. They have been automatic scoring in this quarter, and yet another opportunity to do so here. New set of downs for him from the 31.
Here we go, here we go. Ready? Wake up. Stop.
Burrow now on 1st down. He puts some air under it deep down the left. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals were running away so far. We've got a 27-zip game. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown.
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket. But sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by him.
McPherson at the point after. The point after splits the upright. And the Bengals grow their lead yet again.
Kevin McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Johnson with a return here. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Back out now comes the Browns offense. And this drive, they need to come up with some type of answer because, well, Brock, we can almost hear those engines starting to gear up. They might have a boat race coming.
Yeah, I think everybody in the building can feel it. This has been so momentous one way, and as a competitor, you have got to stop that slide.
And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. He is quickly making a habit out of wrecking plays, Brock, and it doesn't seem to matter what type of play that is.
It's what the best of them do. We talk about just the versatility of offensive players being dual threats. This guy's a dual threat against the pass, and that time stuff in the run.
Run lost him a yard to begin the drive. Here comes 2nd and 11.
Panther 60.
Back now, pressure coming. Finds him over the middle. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first. Here they go, getting set for 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Sanders sending a pass. Making the call himself. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
That is such a good play defensively. A play you can take a whole bunch of pride in, not only stopping the passing game, but the effort to get to the quarterback before he could scramble for the first.
The Browns are lining up to punt. And he's been one of the players of this game. Struggling to center it. Oh, it's loose! He dodged the tackle. And the end of that return, Brock, also brings us to the end of our first quarter.